geometric shapes the size of a football field.
What kind of machine can bend a stalk of corn over without breaking it?
Can't be by hand, it's too perfect.
So the aliens can't read our minds?
No.
The earliest crop circles around said to be dated all the way back to 1678. A wise man once said, by the name of Metrodorus of Chios from the 4th century BC, to suppose that Earth is the only populated world in infinite space is absurd as to believe that an entire field sown with millet, only one grain will grow. So, I'm a firm believer in crop circles, and I know they're out there, and I know there's aliens. Where do they usually appear, you ask? Well, crop circles are a global phenomenon, but they predominantly appear in the northern hemisphere, with southern England as the main center of activity, in particular in Wiltshire, United Kingdom. Usually, they like to come in the off season. They're busy during season, so formations have always occurred in the off season, but most appear during the 3 main summer months of any given country. Usually, the crops that they appear in, any crop can potentially be a target for the phenomenon, but usually wheat, barley, and oilseed rape or canola oil, as the main crops grown, are the most common in England, at least, but they have also been reported in rye, oats, flax, peas, potatoes, sweet corn maize, and many other mediums, including rice paddy fields in Japan. Formations have also been found in wild grass and undergrowth. And as you can see, the aliens obviously don't like the British, hence all the crop circles mainly being in the United Kingdom.
No, that's bullshit. Nick doesn't know what he's talking about. Crop circles are just a phenomenon created by jokers who went in the crop fields and they got their tools and they made these patterns, and they by flattening the crops of barley or rye or whatever they wanted to do. And of course these patterns can be seen from the sky, which leads a bunch of conspiracy theorists to just jump on this idea and that aliens have come to Earth and they try to communicate either with themselves, with each other, or with us, and give us humans, warnings or hints or some kind of intergalactic secrets through the magic of crop circles. Because alien species aren't, advanced enough to travel light years to get to us, and the only way they can think to communicate with us is to go to these hick farmers' places and put these random messages in there for us to see from the sky, which we're not even in. These crop circles are also found in really easily accessible places, which kind of leads us to believe that humans really made them. And it also leads to these 2 pranksters called Bose and Chorley, who in 1991 admitted to creating more than thousands and thousands of crop circles in southern England when they started in 1978. They thought, let's get some tools together, let's make some circles, let's confuse some people, and they surely did that. In fact, they proved to journalists that they could create these crop circles by doing it in front of them. And then, unbeknownst to the crop circle experts that they brought in, they asked them to confirm that these are real things and that they were authentic, which of course the crop circle experts did. And businesses as well have taken on a liking to this and have made a bunch of crop circles with their business logo on it to create more of media attention, which of course it does, which kind of leads most rational people to believe that this is just a big load of shit.
And on that note, let's talk a little bit about creating your own crop circle. So first, you're going to want to seek permission from a farmer or landowner to enter the field where the crop circle is going to be made, so they know that their crops will be harmed in the process. The right kind of crop also makes a difference. So you want to choose from things like wheat, barley, and rapeseed oils. Those are usually the best crops to make your circles with. Now, crop artists tend to use maps or computers to plot their circles. It's really important to plan everything out, plan your design. Another thing to think about is your equipment. Obviously, you're going to need something to stamp the crops into the ground. You're going to need a length of tape or string to provide a guide. A garden roller can also help with the flattening process. And also a 3 to 6 foot piece of wooden board with ropes attached to each end are also a good choice for stalk stomping. So once you have your design plan and your supplies, wait for the cover of darkness. You don't want to do this during the day. You want to do this under the darkness where it'll be mysterious and no one will know that you were there. So you can, if you're worried about light, you can bring a flashlight, but obviously you're going to be in the middle of the field, so you'll be fine with the light provided by the stars or moon. Once at the location, try to only walk in areas where the crop will be flattened so their presence can go undetected. That's really important. Next, measure out the design with tape or string. Now, traditionally, the rope's going to be attached to the plank, and looped over its shoulders, and a foot pressed into the wood. To make a perfect circle, one end of the plank is anchored to the ground and rotated around that point. You can shape the stems and unflatten portions however you like, based on your own personal preference. This will make the crop circles take on a nice air of mystery and carry some artistic flair. And last but not least, be away by dawn. You don't want to be there when the sun's up, or else what's the point, right?